Hi, this is Evander Holyfield, and you are talking sports with Randy Harris.
Randy's on the sports scene, he's working all the time. Brings you all the scores you need, so get him on the line. Pick up the phone and call him now and say what's on your mind. They should pay him double, cause he's working overtime.
This is Evander Holyfield.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't think he believes it.
This is Larry Hirsch, Craig Lamont,
Jim Palmer, Tony Fernandez, Hardy Nickerson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Randy.
Bill Murphy. My two men, Randy Savage.
Dre Nitschke.
Chris Everett.
George Foreman, and I'm talking sports with Randy Harris.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Randy Harris. I don't think he believes it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's very important you don't stink today.
My two man Randy Savage, and when I want to catch up on all the sports, I listen to the Randy Harris Show. That's the bottom line.
What is going on, everybody? It is Friday. It is 2 o'clock. That means Talking Sports back on the air.
And it is the 28th of June.
Thank you.
There you go.
I never remember the days or times or any of that kind of stuff.
I have the computer in front of me, so I have that.
A lot of stuff to get to. I really don't know where to start. So I'm going to start with, I was driving back from one of my favorite establishments, Hooters, on 4th Street, where we tend to do our UFC watch parties when I'm in town, or we do the UFC watch parties when I'm not in town.
True.
And you guys are all there. So I'm driving by. It's time, to get the little puppy taken care of.
Okay, gotcha.
And as I'm driving home, I see a sign, so I go check out Pampered Poodle. You got to check these out. And I know that you come from a animal background.
Both my parents are veterinarians, yeah.
Exactly. So you will approve of this. A nice facility, awesomely owned by people, obviously by people. Family owned and operated. You'd like to family own it, not the dogs own it, not the cats
they don't
own it. Yeah. Well, who knows? Because a lot of times, like at the station, let's be honest, the puppy runs everything at the main station over there in Clearwater.
Absolutely. Head pooch over there.
So I checked out Pampered Poodle this morning. You need to stop by. You need to give them a call. They're located in St. Pete, 6233 33rd Street North. The hours are convenient, 8:30 to 3. Very inexpensive, too.
That's a plus, especially in this economy. You still got to take care of the animals.
You're the expert, not me.
Define expert.
More than me. I mean, you've been around animals a whole lot more than me.
Right.
And we're not going to spend, the whole hour talking about my poodle.
Talking Poodles with Randy Harris.
New show starting next week, Talking Poodles. But I tend to kind of, when I look at the animal, or the poodle in this case, when I drop her off, and she's just as happy when I pick her back up,
yeah,
that's a good sign.
That's a good sign, yeah, because obviously she didn't hate it there.
So. I think she wants to go back.
Well, okay, you could run into the other problem. She doesn't want to stay
here
at the house at all.
I'm not sure that's a problem sometimes.
Depends on who you ask.
Exactly. So Pampered Poodle, give them a holler, 727-526-1938. You know that this facility, the Pampered Poodle, is a pretty cool place. When I open the show with them and not some of the biggest stories like this clown up in Massachusetts and with Hernandez?
You got Hernandez. There's a lot of news out of Boston in general. You have Doc Rivers leaving. You have the blockbuster trade between the Celtics and the Nets.
All that's big news. All that's big news. All of that is big news. But I don't think anything is bigger than a multi-millionaire who now will reside in a smaller facility than his dog was living in.
Okay, you got to be a little bit more specific for me.
His dog had a 2-story house.
Whoa, what?
His dog lives in a 2-story house. Not the dog lives in the house with Hernandez.
I did not. Wow.
Yeah. And now the facility that Hernandez is going to be in, and he's tried to get bail. This dude's in some serious trouble. Circumstantial or not.
It is bad, looking really, really bad for him. And pretty much everything that I have seen and I've heard, all of it is pretty damning, for lack of a better phrase. Just one thing after another.
Unfortunately, all of O.J. Simpson's attorneys are not on this planet anymore because that's who I would be calling.
Yeah, you need somebody to pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Well, and again, if it's all circumstantial, a good attorney is going to get him off. You don't want to slip up. And I haven't been watching a lot of this case up in Sanford, but both sides have already slipped up, and both sides are already doing some good stuff. So this thing in Orlando, outside of Orlando, Sanford, Florida, which isn't sports related. A lot of things on the show today is not sports related.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a minute. You have a good attorney, and you might be able to either get off if you're guilty, or you might go to prison if you're innocent.
If you're innocent, yeah.
So let's hope that the right side wins. I don't know what the right side is.
Whichever one, yeah.
I know there's a lot of talk. Last time I said something like that, true story. Hand to God, true story. I'm on the air. I used to do a show on a Christian radio station in the Tampa Bay area. We were on live during the O.J. Simpson chase.
Okay, the Bronco.
The Bronco,
Okay.
the white Bronco. Fastest white Bronco in the history of sports. And I made the comment, if O.J. Simpson is guilty, I didn't say he was guilty.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say he was innocent. The quote was, if O.J. Simpson is guilty, I hope they catch him and kill him.
If he's guilty, yeah.
My board
Okay.
operator had a heart attack. It affected him so much. Oh, my God, you don't really mean that. Yes, I mean that. Yes, I mean that.
Just completely wigged out.
Oh, no, he went out there. So luckily, I know for the time being, our control room is being handled by Cedric, so he's not going to freak out. If Hernandez is guilty, don't leave him in prison for the rest of his life.
Well, honestly,
If he's guilty of the murder, not if he's guilty of, hiding evidence. We already know he did something evidence-wise.
that's
not going to be hard to prove.
blatantly obvious.
Yeah, that's not going to be hard to prove. How about the tattoos?
Well, and that's where I was going to go with that, because who knows what is on him? I mean, there is so much ink on him, and
Doesn't make him a bad guy.
it doesn't. But it does matter what is on him once they try to decipher everything on him, because and this actually came up when he was about to be drafted during the 2010 draft, possible gang affiliations. And honestly, if he is guilty and if he was in jail, I don't know if he would be able to sit in jail for 20 plus years, because if there are gang affiliations, he might not make it that long. You have
I'm thinking.
you have the gang affiliation. If you have a rival gang member in there, you already have a target on your back. He's Aaron Hernandez. He's a really, really big name. That's another target on your back. And if you're talking street cred for X whoever in general, so you put all that together, yeah, he probably wouldn't last too long.
Here's my only problem. I'm going to play an attorney just for a second.
Okay.
I thought in this country, you're innocent until proven guilty.
That is a true statement.
No, it's not a true statement, but I thought that's how we ran this country. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So until you're proven guilty, you're innocent until proven guilty. I've heard that the trial will not start until midsummer of next year.
Ooh.
So an assumed innocent man,
Wait, why were they saying it would take that long for the arraignment?
who knows? Again, I just play an attorney. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just telling you what I've heard, what I've read, what I've seen. Look how long the Zimmerman, is that his name?
Zimmerman, yeah.
Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Look how long that is. That
Well, and
incident was last year.
in that case, though, and again, like you, I haven't paid too horribly much attention to it. So I was under the impression that the evidence was a little bit more wishy-washy. There wasn't as much
On which one?
for the Zimmerman.
Did you hear the judge?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Was it yesterday or the day before when they went for the second time to get bail?
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to, improvise. I don't know exactly, the exact
Paraphrasing, yeah.
words, but even though I heard it, she said, even though the evidence is all circumstantial, what more do you need? She said, this is the judge,
Yeah.
that the evidence is all circumstantial, even though there's a lot of evidence. It's all circumstantial. And again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And if even if I shoot you right here in this room, if I'm innocent until proven guilty, I'm innocent until I'm proven guilty. So you're going to put this guy in jail, or any guy in jail. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm the guy that says, if you're guilty, kill you instantly.
Yeah.
No second chance, depending on what it is, obviously. If you jaywalk, because I know
that's
people.
That's a little extreme.
People are already Twittering me, hey, moron, if I get a speeding ticket. Hey, moron, you got a ticket for a brake light out the other day. No, I'm saying, murder, rape, child molestation, those types of things. I don't think you should sit in jail forever.
Right.
I don't think, if you were found guilty and somebody's going to come back and say, well, what about that 1 in 1 million where there's a mistake? I understand that. And all I can do is hope that mistake's not on me.
A fair point.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're found guilty...
That would be bad luck.
And again, let the people smarter than me go 10 steps further and, if you've done whatever. But, to commit a murder, to commit a rape, they just, I believe, killed somebody here in the state of Florida that's been in death row for 20 years? Really?
Yeah. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of taxpayer money. That's a lot. And you know what the outcome's going to be in the end anyway. I don't see the purpose of waiting that long.
So it kind of irks me.
Well, and I'm kind of interested because out of nowhere, this other double homicide has now popped up and apparently resurfaced from 2012. And Hernandez has somehow, I haven't seen much regarding it. All I know is that his name came up as possibly being linked to a drive-by shooting that killed 2 people because of some club fight in Boston.
Disrespect. There was some disrespect, and from what I've seen in the little bit that I have seen on TV, this case stems from that case. That the person
they're related.
That they are related to the fact that
okay.
The gentleman, the man, whatever you want to call the now deceased, knew something about that previous case, and they allegedly killed him to silence him. That's what they're saying.
Okay.
866-TAN-1340. If you want to pick up the phone, feel free to do it. In the second hour, we will be doing an interview with Dale.
Second hour?
I'm sorry. I'm wishful thinking. In the second half of the show, we will be doing an interview with Dale. And I'm not going to say where he's from yet because I want to drive Rob as humanly crazy as possible. But Rob will be winning a gift from today's interview with Dale.
Giveaway.
We'll also have Clayton Doris on, who is from the MA Super Show in Las Vegas. It runs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll be broadcasting live there next Wednesday night. You guys will be in studio. I'll also be at the UFC Fan Expo on Friday, still working out the details as to which booth, where we're going to be. But both of those radio shows, both of those live shows are coming to you compliments of XCOM Global. These guys are based in San Diego, and it's basically a wireless card that you can purchase a wireless card for a day, for a week, whatever. Do you know what the rates are, like the Super Bowl?
Oh, I could not imagine.
I believe last time we covered it, it was $600 or $800. It's $900 at the MA Super Show.
Oh, my goodness.
You can buy these cards for like $15 a day.
That's awesome.
I'm there 3 days for under $100. I'll be live at the Venetian and at the Mandalay Bay Center.
Handy, cheap, inexpensive. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Answers all your needs right there.
Can't wait for next week. XCOM Global. Check them out online. Check them out on Twitter. When we come back, we're going to hunt down Clayton and talk a little MA Super Show, what we can expect, what I'll be able to expect next week, Wednesday, at the Venetian. We'll be right back.
This is Bobby Flay, and you're on Talking Sports with Randy Harris.
Is your significant other nagging you about cleaning out the garage? Or spending too much on a storage unit? Needing to sell or purchase new or used equipment for your business? PostShareSell.com is your solution. A cool and innovative way to buy, sell, or trade online. With an easy-to-use mobile phone app and built-in sharing capabilities, post a free ad in less than 60 seconds. PostShareSell.com. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Post it, share it, sell it.
Check out our friends at West Chase Golf Club, just north of the airport off the Veteran Expressway, for a beautiful and challenging course. I've been out there many times, and the greens are great. Quiet, upscale, but very public. West Chase is consistently ranked in the top 10 nationally and number 1 in the state of Florida for customer service by the National Golf Foundation. Ask about the Advantage Card. Just $25 for Florida residents, and you'll get up to 40% off your greens fees, free use of the GPS system, and a bunch more. Log on to westchasegc.com for more. West Chase Golf Club. It's not private. You'll just think it is.
Regal Entertainment Group, where we do entertainment big. Regal Cinemas Theaters feature stadium seating, crystal clear picture quality, and the latest of digital surround sound. Interested in free movies, popcorn, soft drinks, and more? Join the Regal Crown Club. Membership is free. As a member, you'll earn credits for free concessions and movie tickets, learn about monthly offers, and can create your own personalized movie page. Sign up at regmovies.com or at any Regal Cinemas Theater. Become a Regal Crown Club member today.
If you want to look your best, you need Mick for hair. Mick Ferrari is Tampa Bay's hairstylist to the stars. Mick has spent 25 years keeping the Bay Area beautiful and is the official hair care provider for Talking Sports. To look your best, you need to go to the best. And the best in the Bay is Mick Ferrari. For information or to book your consultation with Mick, visit his website at mickforhair.com. That's mickforhair.com. Call Mick for Hair direct at 727-573-9711. That's 573-9711.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
This is Bob the Beast Sapp, and you're listening to Talking Sports with Randy Harris. I'm going to knock him out.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
All right, we are back, and once again, please go check out Pampered Poodle, 6233 33rd Street North in St. Pete. Give them a call at 727-526-1938. So much to get to, so much goofing around to get to as well.
Shenanigans.
Probably the biggest news in the Tampa Bay area. And again, there's a lot of stuff we still need to touch base on. That awesome hockey game, the parade is today, et cetera, et cetera. The Vinny LeCavier era is over.
That's painful. Incredibly painful.
Now, I talked to Sean KO Radio last night, or Sean, or whatever we're supposed to do, code names
right,
and all those kind of things. And I said that I'm going to be really curious how the Tampa Bay fans react to the Vinny LeCavier situation yesterday, in the fact that I heard the biggest uproar after Derek Brooks. Yeah. I heard the biggest uproar after John Lynch. I'm not hearing that about Vinny. Now, according to Sean, it's out there. Am I just not seeing it? Am I not hearing it? Because it's the exact same thing.
Let me put it to you this way. It's out there because I was actually on Facebook yesterday, and one of my friends from the Air Force messaged me and goes, "What were the Lightning thinking?" I haven't talked to this guy in a couple years, and he specifically said, what is going on in Tampa with getting rid of, buying out LeCavalier's contract.
Go. However you want to word it. And again, hockey is nowhere near on the same level, as the NFL.
True.
I mean, so I'm not saying 100,000 people bitched about Brooks and only 6 have bitched about Vinny. I'm just saying I haven't heard it to the same extent.
Mm-hmm.
It's business, people. It's business. He didn't have a great year. He was injured. I think I was in on the press conference yesterday, the first 10 weeks of the season.
Mm-hmm.
$7 million.
And it was a short season.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a gigantic contract he had. Because he had, 7.7 a year for the next 7 years.
Now,
something like that.
It's none of our business. Mm-hmm. It's none of the fans' business as to what happened, how did it go down. One of the questions were asked, did the Lightning try to keep you? Did you? I'd like to know it, but it's not like I demand that. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? The two couldn't come together on sides. Would I wonder? Yeah, I would wonder if the Lightning offered to bring him back if all that can be done. I don't know how that contract crap works. I don't know if but you can renegotiate anything.
And I was thinking about that. I would think it would be a lot easier to renegotiate a contract that's a little bit shorter, but you can still
we don't know the details,
renegotiate, as you said, pretty much anything. There is a way to get stuff done, and he wanted to stay here. I mean, when you think about that sort of contract at that point in his career, he wanted to retire here.
Well, with that contract.
Right.
Right. Was he willing to stay if the Lightning came to him and said, listen, Vinny, it's not going to be 7, it's 4. It's a business.
Yeah.
Now he has to decide, is it the money? Is it this? Is it Tampa Bay? Is it whatever? Very similar to Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers said he wanted to stay, but he's now in L.A.
Right. And that seemed like it was sort of a mutual split as well. Even though you wanted to stay there, with the way things were going, with the way things happened and the way things were going, just figured on both sides, both Danny Ainge and Doc Rivers decided, you know what? It would probably be better if we just split ways.
And
he goes to LA, and again, it is part of the business. It's something that has to be understood. But fans, that's one of the lower things on the list that they think about and understand, because that's not something that where all the information's out there, and a lot of fans can be privy to how things work on the business side of it. They care about their team, they care about their players, and they just want to see great players. They want to see their team win.
And that's the bottom line.
Right.
And I think we need to send somebody to make sure Cedric's okay. Just need to make sure he's okay. Maybe after those comments, he is having that heart attack that my other board operator had back in the day. Not 100% sure. So if somebody's walking around that back room, maybe you might want to check that out. We are going to be speaking to Clayton Doris here in a few minutes from the MA Super Show. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Las Vegas at the Venetian. I'll be broadcasting there next Wednesday night. We'll get details from Clayton here momentarily. But that's the difference. Fans look at it as, that's my favorite team, that's my favorite team, that's my favorite this, that's my favorite that, and that's all they care about. They don't necessarily care, they want wins, but they love that team so much. They can't look past the business aspect.
It's personal investment. That's what it is. They have invested their time watching their favorite players play for their favorite team, and then once that team has to make those changes to continue on the right path for the long term, they have all that investment, and it's not as easy to just say, okay, well, this is for the good of the team.
I've never really talked to those people that were so upset about Derek Brooks. And yes, according to Derek Brooks, I'm not saying he's not telling the truth. I'm just saying, according to Derek Brooks, he had other offers to go play, but he didn't like the situation. He didn't like the opportunity. He didn't like something, whatever it was. But how many of those people that were so dead against the releasing of Derek Brooks changed their opinion when Derek Brooks never played again?
That's a good point, too. Not having him come back as an opponent.
Well, just not having him play again. It's not come back as an opponent. It's all those people, like in the case of Vinny, like in the case of any superstar, really of anybody, but mainly, superstars. You don't want to necessarily see them leave, but if they don't play again, then obviously the team made the right decision.
Right. Well, assuming that they are going to be quitting or retiring after that year anyway.
We could talk about this until the cows come home. Right now I want to talk about what's going on in Las Vegas. It's fight week all week long. There's things that are going to be starting, I'm sure, this weekend.
Lots of events.
Obviously all the UFC stuff, which we will get to momentarily. But I believe on the line with us right now from the MA Super Show, which I will be broadcasting from live next Wednesday, is Clayton Doris. Clayton, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Randy?
Not too bad. We appreciate your time on short notice. Tell me a little bit about, this 2013 Martial Arts Super Show. What can we expect?
Well, the Martial Arts Super Show is the largest martial arts business event in the world. So we have school owners for traditional martial arts. We have MMA gym owners. They all come to Las Vegas, and they get business seminars. They get training. They get business coaching from other martial artists, and they also get business coaching from just general business experts.
Now, I've jumped on the website as I'm looking at it as we speak, MASupershow.com. There's a lot of speakers, and you've talked about some of the speakers, and it happens to be one of my favorite shows. So talk about what's going on Sunday and Monday.
If you're saying favorite show, you've got to be referring to Mr. Damon John from Shark Tank. He's delivering our keynote speech this year.
And talk about some of the other, speakers, because he's not the only one, but he's the one that I think most non-MMA fans might recognize the most. But there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm really interested to finding out more about it.
Right. There's going to be lots of guys. Some of your fans that are MMA fans, they're going to recognize people like Greg Jackson, John Hackelman, Mike Winklejohn, Robert Drysdale, Ricardo Laborio, Tyron Woodley. A lot of UFC and just mixed martial artists in general are going to be there giving training seminars, business seminars. Our opening ceremony happens on Monday. It's at the Palazzo Theater. It's a beautiful place. That's where Mr. Damon John from Shark Tank will be delivering the keynote. A guy by the name of Chief Master Bill. Oh, I apologize.
Better you than me.
Chief Master Bill Clark will be receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. He's more of a traditional martial artist, and we're also going to have a few comedy acts, a few acrobatic acts. If you're familiar with Enter the Dojo, it's a popular YouTube series. Mm-hmm. Master Ken from that series will be there kind of doing a fun roast of the attendees and the celebrities there.
Well, there's definitely going to be a lot of comedy going on as Knockout Radio will be broadcasting live there Wednesday from 3 to 5. Now, is this event, with it mainly being, it seems like focused towards businesses, is it open to the public? Is it open to fans? Do they buy tickets? How do they get involved? How do the businesses get involved?
It's really geared more toward martial arts school owners or people maybe entering martial arts or mixed martial arts as a profession if you want to be a trainer or a gym owner. However, if general public would like to come, they're more than welcome to. Online registration is actually closed, so if you're in the Las Vegas area on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, you can come up, get a day pass for $99 or buy a full event pass for $300 right there at the desk.
And not a bad deal, and a lot of UFC guys will be walking around there. Now, is the Super Show and Zuffa kind of working together on this? Because I saw the UFC logo on the website.
We are, yeah. They're a partner of ours. Our parent company, Century Martial Arts, we've been a long-time partner with the UFC. And, they support us. They send a lot of their guys out. It works out really well that it's during fight week. We have a lot of the UFC fighters that are already in town for the Fan Expo. They'll come out to the Super Show.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Before I let you go, this is how many of these events? I think you told me yesterday.
Yeah, this is our 13th annual event. So it's been in Las Vegas for 12 out of 13 of those years, and we're glad to be there at the Venetian again.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much for allowing us to broadcast live there next Wednesday. I'll be in touch with you here in the next couple of days. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to walk around. We'll do a lot of interviews, get some people on the show as well as our new YouTube channel that we're working on. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we can do this for many years in the future.
Absolutely, Randy. We're glad to have you out there, and the team from Century is very, very excited about having you broadcasting from their booth.
It'll be a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Clayton.
Thank you, sir.
That is Clayton from the 2013 Martial Arts Super Show. You can jump online and take a look at it at masupershow.com. And before we hit this break, I know that Rob's already called in. Rob already wants to know, what is he winning? Rob wants his gift. I'm going to send out, we don't have to put Rob on unless he really wants to come on or you want him on there, Alex. But he is going to win something from the oldest sport in the world. People have played this sport longer than any other sport.
Define longer.
Well said. So, Rob, go ahead and wrap your mind around that. Try to think about what sport we're talking about, and it's something that'll come in, I think, a very handy Very handy for you. So let's hit a break. When we come back, let's talk about some of the things that have gone down over the past couple days. The parade, I believe, is today. I want to talk about that game, the most exciting 17 seconds of sports I've ever seen. This is Talking Sports, brought to you by Post It, Share It, Sellit.com. We'll be right back.
This is Alice Cooper talking with Randy Harris on Talking Sports.
Is your significant other nagging you about cleaning out the garage? Or spending too much on a storage unit? Needing to sell or purchase new or used equipment for your business? PostShareSell.com is your solution. A cool and innovative way to buy, sell, or trade online. With an easy-to-use mobile phone app and built-in sharing capabilities, post a free ad in less than 60 seconds. PostShareSell.com. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Post it, share it, sell it.
Check out our friends at West Chase Golf Club, just north of the airport off the Veteran Expressway, for a beautiful and challenging course. I've been out there many times, and the greens are great. Quiet, upscale, but very public. West Chase is consistently ranked in the top 10 nationally and number 1 in the state of Florida for customer service by the National Golf Foundation. Ask about the Advantage Card. Just $25 for Florida residents, and you'll get up to 40% off your greens fees, free use of the GPS system, and a bunch more. Log on to westchasegc.com for more. West Chase Golf Club. It's not private. You'll just think it is.
Celebrate your passion for the Ultimate Fighting Championship at the UFC Fan Expo, presented by Fox Sports 1 on Friday and Saturday, July 5th and 6th at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. Meet your favorite fighters and industry icons. Attend special Q&A sessions and keynote addresses. Train with legends of the sport. Participate in grappling and fitness challenges, and so much more. UFC Fan Expo, presented by Fox Sports 1 in Las Vegas, July 5th and 6th. The ultimate fan experience. Tickets and exhibitor space available now at UFCFanExpo.com.
If you want to look your best, you need Mick for hair. Mick Ferrari is Tampa Bay's hairstylist to the stars. Mick has spent 25 years keeping the Bay Area beautiful and is the official hair care provider for Talking Sports. To look your best, you need to go to the best. And the best in the Bay is Mick Ferrari. For information or to book your consultation with Mick, visit his website at mickforhair.com. That's mickforhair.com. Call Mick for Hair direct at 727-573-9711. That's 573-9711. The Pressbox Sports Emporium is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. Known for their chicken wings and the best burgers in town, the Pressbox also features a full menu, daily happy hours and specials, and of course a special menu for the kids. Check out the new 12 draft system or the boxing or WWE pay-per-view parties. Go to PressboxSports.com for more information and money-saving coupons. Proudly serving South Tampa for over 20 years. The Pressbox Sports Emporium at 222 South Dale Mabry in Tampa.
Hello, this is Robin Zander. I want you to listen to Talking Sports with Randy Harris. That's right, he's my friend.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
Get that look off your face. Don't talk about it. Real quick, one of my favorite liners, Robin Zander. Robin Zander and the Robin Zander Band, which was going to perform in downtown Clearwater tonight, has been moved because of the weather to Ruth Eckerd Hall.
It has been pretty crappy weather recently, so at least they're able to keep it going.
It's a free show. It's a free show. It's that thing that they do with Ruth Eckerd Hall in downtown Clearwater. It's not far from the station, as a matter of fact. So my good buddy, lead singer at Cheap Trick, the Robin Zander Band, will be at Ruth Eckerd Hall. All right, without giving anything away, give me a comment. It's the oldest sport on Earth. It's been around as long as Earth. And
it's been around as long as people.
Yeah, as long as... Well, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. It has been around as long as Earth has been around. As long as Earth has been a planet, it has been around. And I will argue that with you.
How about this? Animals.
All right, as long as animals have been around. Well, that's what I was saying.
There we go.
You know, humans are animals, but animals are animals too.
Right. Like
the puppies over at the Pampered Poodle.
Nice segue.
So that's coming up, 866-TAN-1340. After the next break, we will have a discussion with Dale and hook Rob up. Rob has been a loyal listener.
Die hard.
And his big thing is winning cool prizes, and we're going to hook him up with a cool prize.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
And I need Cedric to promise he will take a picture when Rob comes in to pick it up. And you'll take it to the station next week because you'll be there at the station next Friday.
Yes, I will.
As I will be at the UFC Fan Expo. Stanley Cup. Thoughts? Did the better team win?
I wish it had gone to 7 games. That was really the only thing that I was really, really wanting for this final because couldn't really care less who won. I just wanted to see exciting hockey.
I've never experienced anything, and I've said this before, anything. I've been at, I can't tell you how many Super Bowls, including the Buccaneers. Exciting, but nothing is more exciting than overtime playoff hockey, Stanley Cup finals, Game 7 Stanley Cup, sitting at whatever the arena was called back then, the Ice Palace or whatever, is the most exciting sporting event I've ever been to because it can change in 17 seconds.
Absolutely, and that's what we saw in Game 6 this season.
Boston was packed and headed to go back to Chicago. They were up a goal. Everything was going their way. That's the thing about hockey. It's skill, but I remember somebody called, I believe it was the Night Show, and said, is there luck involved in mixed martial arts?
Right.
There's luck involved in everything we do. There was luck that I drove by the Pampered Poodle the other day. It was luck that I was on the right road. It's luck that the hockey puck takes a freakish bounce like it did the other day.
And that's the thing, because if you're an inch and a half to the left, you score. If it's an inch and a half to the right, it hits the post. It can hit a piece of ice before it gets there and deflect, hit somebody's skate, hit somebody's stick. So much can happen in literally less than a second, and you have seemingly no control over it. So as exciting as it was, I mean, we saw a lot of hockey. Both teams were incredibly tired. I was actually surprised that we saw a lower scoring game for Game 6, considering how
tired they were.
Especially the goalies, because we had seen a 6-5 game in overtime earlier in the series. So it was great to watch. Did the better team win? Obviously, I mean, they won, so they have to be considered the better team.
They were a team that I think had a better season. You know, they went off on that crazy streak to start the season.
20-plus games, yeah.
You know, so even though I hate that, did the better team win? You know, I would argue that maybe about the NBA because, again, we're talking about an inch here, a second there. San Antonio had that series won in Game 6. Yeah. It's over. Right. You make that one free throw, it's all luck, but you've made all the other ones, the game's over. You miss this. It bounces into Chris Bosh. He throws it out to Ray Allen, who is known for shooting the threes.
Yeah.
He's the all-time NBA three-pointer, and he sinks it. So everything is just within inches. All right. Yeah, I almost said that when you did it too, but I let it go. And yeah, we're not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. But I'm excited. I was excited to watch it. This is, in my opinion, the worst time to be a sports fan. I hate this period. I hate from whatever month we're in for about the next 6 weeks. There's no baseball. I mean, there's no hockey.
I was going to say, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
In some towns, there's no baseball either. But, there's no hockey. There's no basketball. There's really no football news. They're out there at the OTAs and, but until that kicks off, a lot of times it's like there's 18 events going on with 17 different sports and including the sport that we'll be talking about here shortly and hooking Rob up. But, once it's done and it's like one right after another, bam, bam, they're done. Bam, bam. No basketball, no hockey.
Yeah, it is a good couple weeks with the playoffs, but then you have that little bit of a hangover. You're like, oh, that was great. And now you have to come down off of that emotional ride that is the NBA Finals and the AHL Finals.
Let me ask you this, and I do more research than you think, but I don't do as much research as maybe Joe Public thinks I do. Is that fair?
I'd say that's an accurate statement.
Fair statement? Yeah. When did New Orleans become the Pelicans?
Well, yeah, that happened, I think it was just this past season they made that decision.
I didn't know about it till last night when I saw the draft.
When they
and I'm
got
sure I
Nerlens
knew,
Noel.
but I kind of let that go because I used to be the St. Pete Pelican. I was the Pelican.
What?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
I was the St. Pete Pelican, the mascot. I wore a Pelican costume.
Oh my God! Please tell me there's pictures somewhere.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Do I need to get in touch with your parents?
No, I don't know if they have them.
They wouldn't have them?
I mean, this is my parents wouldn't have had anything to do with it. This was the St. Pete Pelicans was a senior baseball league.
Oh, okay.
And it had some, Dave Cash was involved. There were some, former big league names in it.
Okay.
And I was the mascot. I wore that dumbass Pelican head on my head. So I almost went into culture shock when I heard him say the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm like, huh? Were you surprised how the draft played out? Eraserhead was supposed to go one.
Eraserhead.
The Bucks aren't the only one with an Eraserhead. Come on now.
That's true. Now they aren't. Yeah, because I'm not going to lie. I didn't pay as much attention to the college basketball. I mean, I know a couple of the bigger names like Nerlens Noel. But, yeah, where did this Bennett guy come from?
Well, I heard a lot about him, and I talked to my buddy out in Las Vegas today, and what they were saying, and one of the commentators was saying this as well, some of the other guys could be a 4.0 superstar in the future, but he's a 3.8 now.
So you have to do less to get him to his stardom.
Or even,
basically.
He's at stardom. But what he's saying is, are you going to take a gamble on that small percentage? He's already an NBA player. They're predicting will be the first All-Star out of this group. Now, again, predictions are like, what's on that table? We all have one. I know, bang, that was even better. But if he's sitting at a 3.8 and the other guy's at a 3 and may become a 3.9, is it worth it?
Yeah, there's too much. You want to get as much out of your players as soon as possible because you could have a Nerlens Noel situation where they pop their ACL and who knows? Or Greg Oden situation where he doesn't pan out at all.
There's always that Sam Perkins out there and out west with Michael Jordan going to Chicago. The only reason why we stayed up on it a little bit, as you know as well, Maurice Spates is in Cleveland.
Yes.
And this might have been bad news for Maurice.
For him.
If he went there. So I'm sure Maurice, wherever his house is in the Tampa Bay area and all his fans and family and friends and such, they were hoping this didn't go. What do you think about now the two former Wildcats, your Wildcats, now Pelicans? They said it'll be a block party.
Well, I don't know about that. They were both there for, 1 year?
Half a year.
So yeah, I mean...
How many classes did they go to? Not how many games did they play in?
I'll say 6.
6 classes total? Total.
Yeah.
Not 6 classes, not a semester of 6 classes.
No. I'm talking about
6 classes.
6 periods, like hour-long periods throughout their time. I don't think it matters as much because they didn't have all that time to play. It's not like they were playing on the same team for three years. So, sure, yeah, they both went to UK, but you don't get as much of a use out of that when you're talking about playing together in the NBA.
Forgot to mention, not only has it been
Forgot something, no way.
Well, yeah, we got a list we'll never get to it all. We've got to get that second hour. We need people to call and hammer and yell and scream and holler. We need that second hour. A very big event happening tomorrow. And we should do Queer Eye for the Sports Guy, but we don't have time.
That's right.
Tomorrow's the big gay pride parade in St. Pete.
And I don't know if it was only California, but there was DOMA was repealed, the Defense of Marriage Act, something like that.
That whole thing to me is asinine. It is.
Which...
Yes.
Be a little bit more specific.
Yeah, so you're worried I'm going the wrong way.
I'm trying to figure out
I could care less. If 2 frogs want to get married, if 2 men want to get married, if 2 women want to get married.
Frogs.
I don't care.
Right.
Let the 2 frogs do what they want. Let the 2 birds do. We don't worry about frogs in the forest, do we?
Yeah.
If 2 people,
very true.
If 2 people love each other, who cares? You
Agreed,
know,
100%.
now again, I think the country needs to worry about a lot of things as well.
There are other things on the priority list that should be addressed.
Should be much, much, much more important.
Yeah.
And you know, if two people are happy, if they're not happy, I don't care what you do in your house, what you do. You know, it doesn't matter to me. So so this whole thing is asinine and ridiculous that in 2013 or whatever year we're in, that we still have to go through this crap.
And I think there is, I can't remember who said it, but there's the quote, if two men or two women want to get married, allow them to, so they can be miserable like the rest of of the world.
Yeah, that works. All right, final before we hit this break, any truth to the rumor that Tim Tebow, when he signed with the Patriots, already asked for number 81? Was there any truth to that?
I doubt that he actually had asked for it.
But he may end up with it.
And he might end up with it. And if I was him, I would be fighting tooth and nail. I would be fighting tooth and nail for a spot at tight end.
I would too, but I wouldn't want to wear 81.
I don't care about the number itself.
Well, and you shouldn't, but they're going to associate because they're Gators, which is stupid. I was at Torta Pizza the other day, and they were saying, well, there's the Gators for you. And I hate when people do that. Just because Hernandez went to Florida, it's not the Florida Gators. You test positive for a steroid, it's not the UFC. It's not Zuffa. For that matter, it's not mixed martial arts.
It's the individual.
Because the guy cutting the yard across the street could be on steroids as well. It's that person. The guy does this, the guy does that. It has no bearing. What Talib did had no bearing on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What Nate Webster did has no bearing on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it just pisses me off to no end. With that said, we are going to hit a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Dale, and maybe this will liven me up a little bit and get me out of the bad funk that I'm in. This is Talking Sports, brought to you by Post It, Share It, Sell It.com.
This is Archie Manning, and you're Talking Sports with Randy Harris.
Is your significant other nagging you about cleaning out the garage? Or spending too much on a storage unit? Needing to sell or purchase new or used equipment for your business? PostShareSell.com is your solution. A cool and innovative way to buy, sell, or trade online. With an easy-to-use mobile phone app and built-in sharing capabilities, post a free ad in less than 60 seconds. PostShareSell.com. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Post it, share it, sell it.
Check out our friends at West Chase Golf Club, just north of the airport off the Veteran Expressway, for a beautiful and challenging course. I've been out there many times, and the greens are great. Quiet, upscale, but very public. West Chase is consistently ranked in the top 10 nationally and number 1 in the state of Florida for customer service by the National Golf Foundation. Ask about the Advantage Card. Just $25 for Florida residents, and you'll get up to 40% off your greens fees, free use of the GPS system, and a bunch more. Log on to westchasegc.com for more. West Chase Golf Club. It's not private. You'll just think it is.
Great food and good times at Babalu Restaurant and Bar, located at 9246 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. From the breakfast, Atkins, and full menu to the beer, wine, and liquor bar, Babalu Restaurant has it all. Check out their menus online at BabaluEats.com and then dine in, carry out, or get it delivered. Wings, burgers, sandwiches, and much, much more for the whole family at Babalu Restaurant and Bar in St. Pete on 4th Street and 92nd Avenue.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
The Pressbox Sports Emporium is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. Known for their chicken wings and the best burgers in town, the Pressbox also features a full menu, daily happy hours and specials, and of course a special menu for the kids. Check out the new 12 draft system or the boxing or WWE pay-per-view parties. Go to PressboxSports.com for more information and money-saving coupons. Proudly serving South Tampa for over 20 years. The Pressbox Sports Emporium at 222 South Dale Mabry in Tampa.
Hey folks, John Madden here, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris. I mean, I love this guy.
Hey, let's go Talking Sports Show.
You know, honestly, I think that's one of my favorite liners. Is Caliendo. Just hilarious. Welcome back. Last segment. We got about 10 minutes left. Going to be talking to Dale here pretty soon.
Momentarily.
Getting him all spun up for his interview.
Getting Rob already as well. Rob's called already 15 times. He has no idea what we're hooking him up with, but we are definitely going to be hooking him up. And before we go to Dale, I just got to tell you this. It's karma.
I think that's a good word to use.
All of this is karma because the last email that I got at 2:47 and 30 seconds, the headline, you know how on all your emails is headlines?
Got a subject line, right?
The subject line is adult education.
Okay.
So,
all right.
With that said, we're going to go right now and talk to Dale Hill a little bit about the oldest sport. This is a sports and entertainment show. I believe it is the oldest sport.
And it's entertaining.
And it is entertaining in the history of the world. So let's go out and talk to Dale Hill from topcoastsales.us. Dale, how are you?
Hey, good morning. Doing all right, thanks.
We appreciate your time, and I've spent some time on the website, and I enjoy it. And as I'm reading about the website, and I'd like you to talk about it, the advantage of this website, because my first question to you is, how do I know what is, what isn't, what I do, what I don't? And that's the advantage of this website.
Which website are you talking about now?
I'm at topcoastsales.us.
Yeah, that is our online catalog of all our products.
You know, and talk to me a little bit about that, because like I said, I was going to start with, how do I know, what I want to try, what I want to use? And we are talking about some sex toys, and we are on a sex website, which is the oldest sport and entertainment in the world. Talk to the general public about how to get started into entertaining themselves more in the oldest sport in the world.
Well, you're absolutely right about it being the oldest sport in the world. I mean, it is quite a workout. I can attest to that myself. Really, it just comes down to a lot of it is just personal preference. I mean, everybody's going to have their own comfort level as far as how far in they want to go, if you'll pardon the pun. But, I mean, we have a lot of things that are, I think, both, let's say, easy to get into right off the bat for those more novice, and we have a lot of things that are maybe a bit more advanced or even, slightly scary to some. But all in all, I think we have a really wide range of products and things that would amplify anyone's love life.
Now, out of the wide assortment of what you guys have available, what would you say some of the best sellers are?
We are absolutely known pretty much worldwide for our CyberSkin products. And CyberSkin is a revolutionary material that we designed back in 1996 that basically emulates human skin. It is soft and supple and textured just like the softest real skin you've ever felt. It's incredible. You cannot tell the difference with your eyes closed with these things.
With that said, we'll let the cat out of the bag, per se, and that is the prize that Rob has won, and it will be at the studio for him next week. He'll be our person that's going to try it out, check it out, tell us his thoughts about it. Talk about the procedure of what it took to make these products.
Well, these are molded products typically. What happens is we actually have the models come in. We have a relationship with Penthouse Magazine, and I've actually been able to be the photographer on a few of these molding sessions. We have the girl come in, and we get her undressed, and we lay her on a table, and we slather her full of this CyberSkin goop, and we take molds. We take professional, almost medical-grade molds of her parts. We take them of the vagina. We take them of the rear end. I'm not sure what words I can use and can't use here. I hope I'm doing all right. The breasts, the mouth, the face. We CyberSkin mold just about everything here.
And this procedure, this process, or this product, per se, how long has it been out in the public?
CyberSkin, like I say, was developed in 1996, so this material has been around for a very long time. There are many, many imitators out there, but CyberSkin is the original and by far the best of them all.
And I will say that the product that we're going to be giving to Rob when he comes and picks it up, if you touch that, Alex, you'll see it feels like it's a human. Like it's human skin. It's unbelievable. How can people get more information? Is it just going to the website to research it, or is there other places that they can look up your products and be more educated on it?
We have, like I say, everything is pretty much on our website at topcoastsales.us. There are numerous distributors across the country and, in fact, around the world that carry our products. But yeah, the best bet would be to come home to Topco and find out all you need to know from us.
And then they'll also be able to go from your website to find the distributor in their area to purchase?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So, Rob, come on and stop by the studio. Your prize is here. Dale, thank you very much for your time. And, we'll have to do this again and talk about some of the other products.
I'd love it. Thank you very much.
We will do it. That is Dale Hill from topcosales.us. Get off the website.
It's it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It is. Now, I'm going to let you decide which one. It's all on you. Which do you want to give? This is live radio. You can't go
right
dead
now,
air.
I have to choose right now?
Yeah, there's two. There's either one or two. There's front or back. Which you tell me. What do you want to do? Hit the home run or the grand slam?
Let's go with...
We could let Cedric pick, too. If you're going to,
okay, yeah,
if you're going to chicken out.
I will chicken out, and let's have Cedric, because he hasn't seen either one of them, has he?
That's true.
Ah.
All right.
Okay, there we go. Cedric, to
you're
you.
Such a...
Okay, what am I doing?
Just pick one or two. You're gonna decide which prize goes to Rob, either one or two.
Okay.
And I'm sure if you think long and hard about it, that you'll be able to figure it out. One or two. So.
Give him one.
All right.
All right, there we go.
See, I think you were leaning towards two, but
I don't know.
No, give him two then.
No, I want no part of it. But I do want to thank Dale Hill for that, and we will be taking care of Rob.
Oh, I get it.
Slow.
This is a sports and entertainment show. We only have a few minutes left. Thoughts? What's going on? What's going on this weekend? Detroit's in town.
They are in town, and I'm glad
bring
you
your mind back.
Brought up steroids earlier, because is it cynical for me to see Miguel Cabrera performing the way he is, better than last season, his Triple Crown year, better than last season? Is it cynical for me to say test him?
No, it's not cynical. I mean, because people think that all the time. But you don't think he's already been tested?
Who knows?
Who
knows?
I didn't ask, is he? My question is, do you think he's been tested?
I think everybody has been tested at least once, but what is the frequency and how recently? So, I mean, was it when he was playing with Florida when they won the World Series then? Or has it been more recently when he's been...
I'm a hypocrite.
Okay.
I am a hypocrite.
Well,
if you test positive for any banned substance, if you test positive for even some of the substances that are legal in mixed martial arts, like TRT, which I am 1,000% against. I hate when a 40-year-old man says, "I feel like I'm 28" when you're on TRT. Really? Of course you feel like you're 28 because you're taking stuff to feel that way. I am dead against it in mixed martial arts. If you want to take it in baseball so you can hit a ball harder, further, faster, I don't care. I'm a hypocrite. I'm going to tell you that right up front. The game is more exciting with those monster home runs, and let's be honest, that's where this all kind of started. I'm not saying that they didn't take it before then, but when baseball came back from the strike, I believe they needed to do something to bring the fans back. 1-0 games were not going to bring fans back to the stadium. Look at this, the stadiums are empty everywhere. But without Sosa, without McGuire, without Bonds in that period, who have all been, now I think we all know that they've all been taking something.
Absolutely.
But I also think there's a danger, and I was talking to somebody at the post office the other day. Do you think it's far-fetched that someday, maybe not in our lifetime, but someday pitchers will pitch behind an L screen in a real baseball game?
No, I don't think they will. I don't think they will add that sort of equipment to the field. Will they come up with safety measures of some sort? Yes. I know they have already been trying to develop some sort of a Kevlar padding for inside the hat, or actually make them wear a helmet when they pitch. So there are things in the works right now, but I don't think they would go as far as to, no kidding, put up an L screen or some sort of equipment in front of the pitcher.
It'll be interesting. And if that's the case, why is there an L screen during batting practice? Except for, I'll answer my own question, a lot of times BP is thrown further up. You're not 60
on,
feet.
Yeah, you're in front of the mound.
Right, you're closer. But I've seen BP guys are on the mound just below the rubber, and they still have the L screen there.
They do.
So,
but it's not a game situation.
It's not the oldest game in the world either.
That's true.
And Rob, congratulations on finally winning something cool.
Not as entertaining.
I think he'll enjoy this.
Yeah, you need the home runs to try to make baseball more entertaining.
You do.
But
you do 1,000%, and it'll be interesting how this whole thing plays out. The parade is in Chicago. Pride Parade, downtown St. Pete. Give Mick Ferrari a call at 573-9711 for all your haircut needs or gay pride needs. You know, if you want a question on where to park or what's going on down there. What are you looking at me like that for?
Define dates.
Define dates?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
When you said dates, my initial thought was a date for going to the gay pride parade.
No, but I'm sure he could handle that for you as well.
He's a guy in the know.
He is a guy in the know. I was just saying on where to park, what to do, things that are going on down there. He's well aware of all of that. Next week I will be live in Las Vegas on both shows, Wednesday and Friday. You'll be in studio. You'll take Rob's prize in there for him next week. He can stop in live on the air. You know, and he could talk to you about it if you would like as well. And I know that you would look forward to that. Hit me up on Twitter at Knockout Radio.
At KO Eggs.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate all the downloads. A lot of people have been downloading the program. We're up into the tens of thousands after every broadcast, and I appreciate that. We'll be back next week. Want to thank everybody. Have a good one.